All right, welcome to another adventure in rattle can restoration. And as you can see, I've got this baby all together. So now I got two. I got this one, which got to take apart again because I got the shims in the wrong spot. That's okay though, because I've learned a lot. Anyway, so rule number one, do not, any means. I know it's hard because you get in a hurry and you think to yourself, how hard could this be? Could this cause a problem? This tool makes this job so much faster. Do not use an impact gun, even on its lowest settings, to put these caps in, because what happens is you break them. Now, luckily I got those two. I broke these two. I got them out with a screwdriver, and now I got to go in and get two more to replace. I got to take this one apart anyway, but what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to take this gear set out and then knock the idler shaft out and then move the idler gear assembly out through this hole, because this is the way it comes out, without having to take all of this apart. So that's going to be my next week, because I'm just a little lazy for today. So anyway, this one is done. It's all back together. Got a new bearing for the front, and got grade 8 bolts in the rear. Another thing I discovered is not all bolts in this back cover are the same length. So you got to be really careful, because some of them are extra long. Some of them are not so long. And some of them are kind of short. And if you put the long ones in the wrong spot, these bolts run right into the gear set. And you can hear it, because when I bolted them in, it locked up the gear. It ran right into the gear and locked it up. So I went ahead and got all new grade 8 bolts, 1 inch, and then I put the lock washer in, and now you don't hear the scraping sound. So I fixed that. But yeah, be careful. These are shorts. These are shorts. So just be aware when you're taking this stuff apart what size. And then these are all longs on this one, on the adapter. So just be aware. That way you don't run into any problems like I did and scratch your head and go, what was I doing? What was I thinking? So anyway, next week, tear that one apart and get the shims in the right place. This one's done. And I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I'm thinking I might get the twin stick, because I got a twin stick in the Jeep, and I might get the twin stick shafts. There's a guy that machines them and sells them, and do this one in a twin stick, or I just might leave it the way it is, because it works just fine. See, now it's in 2-wheel drive high, and then that should be neutral, which it is, and then this should be, let's see here, no, the other way, 4-wheel drive low, which it is. So there we go. So this one's full of oil. You can tell because it's really stiff to turn, because that oil is real thick. And this one is drained. So anyway, I got all new gaskets and bearings and shutchkadoodlies for this thing. So next week, this one. I'll make a video as I do it, but that's what I plan on doing. I plan on taking this cover off, taking this off, taking that one off, taking the front, pulling this gear set out, pulling the high range gear out. I think I'm going to leave the bearing in there because I don't think that's going to be a problem with the bearing in there. So I'm just going to pull this all out, leave the bearing and the hub on, just pull off the yoke, and then drive this shaft out, and then just take the whole gear cluster and move it over, and then pull it out, and then put the shims in the right spot, because the shims are not in the correct location. I know I made a mistake, so I'm going to rectify that. This one I did not make that mistake, so don't have to monkey with this one anymore. Anyway, that's that. So we are done.